This is a regular Lego brick, and this is a Lego Technic brick. They look completely different and they both have different uses, but they can still connect to each other. So I'm gonna show you everything you need to know about the basic Lego system compared to Lego Technic. Let's do this. So before I show you everything about these, what actually classifies a brick as basic or Technic? Well, of course, the main thing is the looks. They look completely different, but how they attach is completely different too. As you can see, bricks just use regular studs with anti-studs at the bottom, and they lock together pretty tight, but they can also come apart fairly easily. And then Lego Technic connects with pins, which can be a lot stronger. So these will just go in those holes right there, and then these can connect together. And there we go. If I filled in every hole with a pin, it would be a lot harder to take apart, but since I only have 2 in it right now, it's not too bad. And if you noticed, it only takes 2 basic Lego bricks to connect together. But with Technic, you need at least 1 more piece to combine the 2. Without any other pieces with these, they cannot connect whatsoever. Okay, so putting Technic aside for a second, let's focus on basic Lego bricks. So basic Lego bricks are considered the normal Lego brick. This is probably because it was the first brick Lego ever made, and most Lego sets use these pieces. Like this one has no Technic on it whatsoever, just straight system pieces. Now, of course, there are weird system pieces like curved plates and tires and things like that. They're not all just bricks. The basic Lego system is also really good for details, and the reason for that is because they have so many specialized pieces. Like this is a slope right here, and this is actually an angled slope, but it can move. So I could put like a tile or something on there, and then I could put it over like a 2x4 brick, and then if you look at it from the top or the side, it gives a nice slope right there. That is really hard to get with Lego Technic. I actually use this technique on my Lego cargo train, and as you can see, if I take off one of these front panels, inside of there is snot bricks, and then I have the adjustable slope pieces right here, so I can get that perfect angle for the perfect nose. If you want to build your own, you can get the instructions at brickstudios.store. On there I have a lot of instructions for my custom builds, and it's a great way to support the channel so I can keep making videos like this. With this car I'm working on, you can see how many just slopes that I used on it. There's these slope pieces right here up front, those all curve. I'm using hinge pieces underneath to hold that all in. So this is all done with a basic Lego system. And basically, if you're making a small build, you're gonna wanna go with the basic Lego because you have plenty more options to build out of. The smaller scale Lego Technic sets don't look very good. And because basic Lego looks better, it's what most themes are made out of. Like Lego City Trains use the same pieces as Lego Star Wars sets. These don't really use Technic anywhere. As you can see on this Lego Avatar set, this water creature, I don't even know what it's called, but as you can see, the body right here has basic Lego pieces just curving it off and making it look nice. And then on this tail right here is actually Lego Technic. That'll help with strengthening that tail right there, having that axle go through it. And then also, you can't see it very well from this side, but all of these wings are held up with Technic rods. So Lego uses them in combination with each other a lot. So it's not always just one or the other, but in general, they kind of stay separate. Now, of course, Lego targets kids and they want it to be as easy as possible for kids to build with. And building with the basic Lego is a lot easier than building with Lego Technic. Like it's just so simple to put bricks on top of each other instead of putting pins together through these, and it gets a lot more complicated than this. I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, basic Lego pieces are suitable for all ages from 4 to 99. If you're 100 or over, you can't play with Lego. That's what they say on the boxes, at least. With Lego pieces connecting right to each other instead of using pegs, it makes it a lot cheaper in the sets too. So in general, the price per piece in these sets is usually a little better deal than in Lego Technic sets. Depends on the set though. Like Star Wars sets will probably be a worse price per piece deal than Lego Technic, just because Lego will know people will buy it and they can increase the price and make it a ripoff. But in general, it's fine. And if you guys don't know what price per piece is, it's where you do math on how much each piece will cost in a set. So like as you can see, the set has 385 pieces and at retail it's 50. So I go into my calculator and do 50 divided by 385. And then that will give me my average price per piece. So it's 13 cents per piece, which is a little high. You usually want to go for around 10 cents a piece is a good deal. So this one's a little bit of a ripoff. That's why I waited until it went down to 40, because that's almost at the 10 cents per piece mark. 400 pieces would be exactly at 10 cents per piece. So I waited until this one went on sale. But that's what I'm talking about if you guys don't know. And Technic sets usually have that price, not 10 cents. I think it's because the pieces are a little bigger and they're probably a little harder to manufacture. Now, basic Lego isn't all good. There is some downsides. And one of those main things for me being working Lego mechanisms. So I like building functional things out of Lego that like actually move, and gears and things like this are only Technic. As you can see, these Technic holes in here can support pins, But if you want a brick to attach to it, I guess you technically could. Actually, you can't because studs get in the way. As you can see, it's pushing it up and making it slightly illegal, but if you get a 1x2 in there, it would work, but what is this supposed to help you with? So yeah, these are meant for Technic, and this is the main reason why I use Technic so much. And to go along with this, the reason why Lego does make Technic sets is for those functions. Like in bigger sets, like some of the big Technic cars they have, I don't actually have any of these giant ones, but they have working gear shifters inside, which there's like no way you could do that with basic Lego bricks, but it's really cool, like working inside of it. So like, you know, like manual. Bro, what am I even saying right now? So that's basically all what you need to know about basic Lego bricks. So let's get into Lego Technic. So as I mentioned a second ago, Technic can have working features. Like how I made this car that has one piston. Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense, but you get it, right? So you can make pistons in sets. And then even cooler is that at the back of this, there's a working differential. So if I spin this from the top and then block one wheel,
this is Kyle.
As you can see, the other one somehow still goes, and that's just what a differential does. It's really cool. And that's what Lego Technic can do. And then with all that, it can also use suspension with a suspension piece. So it's honestly just really cool how much you can do with Lego Technic, but as you can see, it doesn't look the greatest. Also, Lego Mindstorms are used with Technic, and this is robots, so it's pretty cool. So on this Lego Ford right here, you can see that there's plenty of panel gaps because they use Lego Technic. So like there's just gaps everywhere, and as you can see, these Technic pieces are fairly big, like these headlight pieces and things, these wheel parts right here are all just really big pieces, and all those features that I just mentioned are on this. So as you can see, there's suspension, you can see that movement right there, and then at the back, this set has a differential too, that piece that I was just showing you, and then there's pistons in this one too. Let's see, oh my, this is hard to show. I have to spin both wheels to show it. Does it lift up? Oh, it lifts up, okay. You can see all those pistons moving in there as I move the wheels, which is all really cool. And another thing is this little handle in here. If I pull that, does it pull or push it? So if you push this handle, then the back right here will raise up, and you can see the spoiler comes up. So that's like a really cool feature that would have been really hard to do with basic Lego. But then as you can see, this bottom is colorful. Now all these mechanisms are really cool, but one downside that you might have noticed is the pegs and all the pieces that hold the Technic together. The issue with having more pieces to hold it together is that their colors don't really change. For example, these pegs right here are only really in black. There's no other colors that they come in besides light gray, and light gray ones actually aren't the same pieces. Oh crap. Light gray ones, when you put them together, are actually loose. So as you can see, it just flops around, while if I connect black ones in there, it's a friction pin. So wherever I put it, it'll stay. So light bluish gray is the loose ones and black are the friction ones. And these colors never change. The same can be said about these 1x3 pins that are blue. Lego only makes them in blue nowadays. They used to make them in black, but now they only make them in blue. And that makes for some really nasty looks on things. Like these pegs right here are only available in blue. And as you can see, that brighter blue kind of just pops out. But the thing that pops out the most is the red that shows up. These are from small Technic axles, and axles are like basically the foundation of Technic. Kind of, because they hold down all the gears and things. All those slots are all for Lego axles. So that again kind of ruins the look of Lego Technic builds. But this isn't all Lego Technic. As you can see, this dash right here is all brick built. I'm gonna take it off just so I can show you. So you can see it's not Technic at all. Yeah, so they can use basic Lego bricks because it's way harder to get those finer, smaller pieces with Technic bricks. Another Technic set that I just recently made a video on is this one, and it's a garbage truck. Now going into features, this one's actually really cool. So as you can see, if I have a garbage can right here, and I crank this lever back here, the claws will go in, pick up the trash can, and dump it into the bed. And I can drop the trash can, then I can dump out the trash. No, that's all really cool features, right? And basic Lego wouldn't be able to do that. It's nice to see things like this in Lego. But this set actually copied someone else's build, and if you want to watch my video on it, you can click on it up here. And once again, you can see all the different colors of pegs. There's black, there's blue, and white, and gray, all on the same piece. It doesn't look very good. Plus, all these holes don't look very good either. Technic's just not really the one to go for looks. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Technic sets also have steering, but this is fairly easy to do with regular brick-built structures too, so it's not like a Technic only thing. Vroom, vroom. You know, one downside about Lego Technic is that they tend to only focus on like vehicles, like cars, trucks and cranes, you know, like everything with wheels, I feel like ends up being a Technic set, and they don't do much else. They do have things like excavators and stuff, which I guess kind of falls into the same category a little bit. And with all those sets, there's not really much like diversity in the sets, so you're basically getting the same thing. Like, did you notice how like almost every Technic set I showed you was a car? I don't know if I even have one that's not a car. Just so I can show you what I'm looking at, I was looking at these Technic cars right there. All 4 of those right there are all Technic, and they're all cars. That one down there isn't Lego, just if you're wondering. So it's an airplane engine, but Lego tends to not make other things out of Technic, which is kind of sad. Also, like I mentioned earlier, Technic sets are rated for a higher age group because it's harder to put together quite a bit too. Like, you notice your fingers hurting a lot quicker when you're putting together Technic, and especially taking it apart, because it's a lot stronger. Like, as you can see, this set right here, it's like, if I even try to bend it, it like barely bends, besides the part that comes up, but you know, you get it, it like doesn't move. The biggest Lego Technic set ever, the Liebherr R9800 excavator, I don't even know what that is, but the biggest one ever is rated 12 plus. That's actually less than I thought. I thought it'd be like an 18 plus Lego set. Like, why does Lego rate their base system sets 18 plus, but then the biggest Lego Technic set ever is only for 12 plus? I don't know, Lego's rating system gets confusing sometimes, but this set looks painful to build with all the pneumatics. So Technic has a ton of features. They have pneumatics too, which use air to power things. It's honestly really cool. So they have like motors and things that aren't just robots. They just have motors that spin for certain features and sets and things like that. So Technic covers like a wide range of working things, which helps make the sets more immersive and fun for people to play with. So if you want to sacrifice looks and have fun play features, that's kind of what this set is right here with the dumping mechanism. It looks pretty good though in this set, but that's because all of this like on the side is one ginormous piece. Like I was saying earlier, that's why price per piece is so high. Now, some of you might be thinking, why doesn't Lego just combine these into one piece? And that exists. This is a Technic piece, but it's also a regular system brick. This basically bridges the gap between the two, and it basically makes it so everything can work for everything. So for example, in the Ford set, instead of having these panel gaps, they could have used some of these pieces, put tiles on it and covered it up, and it would have looked beautiful, plus have all of the Technic functions. I think almost every set nowadays has some sort of Technic in it if it's a basic set, and every Technic set has some sort of basic Lego brick in it. I'm guessing it'd be hard to find one that doesn't. A good example of using these two together is the BB-8 set. From the outside, he looks really good. He looks brick built and stuff. The edges could have been a little more curved. It's really spiky from the Lego bricks, which is a downside, but they could have made it a little smoother on the outside with basic bricks. But the outside in general looks really good. And then you notice that his head bobs, which is really cool. Then the sides can actually be spun and spin his head. Like, how much do you think is going on inside of BB-8? It's like crazy how much Technic is inside of this that you don't see. And then same thing for up front here. This one's really cool. If you spin this side, then his blowtorch thumbs up comes out and pops up. Now, this bothers me about the set. It doesn't pull it back in. Like, what? It should pull the door with it. Yeah, if I pull that out again, you can kind of get a glimpse of, oh no, I need a flashlight. You can get a glimpse in there of how much Technic is actually in there. The entire center is just Technic. So even though this is a Star Wars set that doesn't look like there's any Technic, there is a lot going on inside. This is a great example of using both to accomplish like a honestly really great set. The brand new Dune Ornithopter set also balances these pretty well. It uses a lot of Technic to get the flapping of the wings, which is a really cool feature. And then there's also brick built stuff for the cockpit and stuff. So it balances them pretty good. The Technic shows through a little bit. The pins on the wings look gross, showing that bad side of Lego Technic, but the set actually looks really good and it has awesome features. The landing gear comes out too. That's a really great set that uses both Technic and basic pieces really, really well. So which one should you use? Well, if you're making a simple build, you probably just want to go with basic bricks. It'll make your life a lot easier. But if you're like me and you like working functions put inside of your builds, you're gonna need to work with a base layer of Lego Technic first before putting on the details and things with the basic Lego. Or if you wanna go all out and just build something straight out of Technic like I did with my little car thing, you can also do that. It won't look too good unless you're really good at it, and you can minimize those panel gaps and hopefully not make the pins show too much. But yeah, that's basically everything you need to know about the basic Lego system compared to Lego Technic. If you wanna check out videos similar to this, I'll have a link up here in the corner and down in the description. But as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. Okay. Okay, let's see what we're talking about. So let's get into my favorite Lego Technic. I mean, whoa, my favorite? Well, that's... Why did my L cut out there? I'm just gonna re-say bell just in case you need more. Bell. Notifications, bell. I feel like I'm struggling with my L's today. Bell. Bro, what is wrong with me? Okay, yeah, hit that notifications bell.